just moving things around. Move my audio setup a little bit more. Trying to make it a little bit better. Alright, that should do. Alright, so I think we're better. Let me move it a little bit more. Alright, yeah, I think we're right on. Alright. What's up, everyone? We are live. Things are good. And we are going to Aetherflux people tonight to death. So, this weekend, a new Ceram deck came out of a Chinese GP, I think it is. And it's pretty sweet looking. They had me at commencement. So, it is a commencement deck with all sorts of other little things. The sideboard is where it really gets kind of funky. It's 4 color because of Harness Lightning. Not sure if I'm in love with Harness Lightning, but okay. The Gisela, though, is a biggie, and it really is kind of different and cool, and I do like it. I've already tested this a little bit before you guys saw me here right now, and oh, wrong one. Boop. And I did end up Brawl's expertising out a Gisela in a game, latching 3 bone saws to him and killing someone with it. So it does do things. I'm not sure what things we're calling it to do, but it does do things. So I really, like say, I do like it. I think it's a great, fun deck. And it'll be something a little different than all the modern Master shenaniganry going around. So let's jump right in. And we're going to get to playing a game. And go from there. Alright. Well, excuse me. Oh, we do have a choice. I think we do hub, and we keep it. It's a 2-lander. So we're on the draw too. We have technically 3 lands in hand. A bunch of energy. Well, we drew our land, so we're just going to do that. I still think we're going to anticipate. Looks like Temur Sahili. Most likely. Yeah, we're going to do that. And then we'll probably see a Sahili. Nope. Ogre Finder is fine. Could be Temur Tower. Now there's white. It's 4-color Sahili. Boop. Let's anticipate. At this point, I think we're going to get the shield. The lands really have no value because we're going to get another land. So we're going to Saram. And then use the energy for an attune. And get a forest. Basically use 1 energy, get 2. So, I mean, we're +1, which is completely fine for this deck. So here comes Oath of Chandra is going to nuke Saram. That's fine. Oath of Nissa. Like, we're not too worried about taking damage. Like, that's the one big thing, like, the misnomer. Like, this deck can take a beating. We're doing okay. Like, a few more 0 drops. But they do not have an answer for Aetherflux, so... Alright, so we're going to do this. We're going to Saram. I don't think they have another Oath of Chandra. So there's the Guardian. Flicker Oath, okay. Saram's gonna die, that's unfortunate. There's nothing we can do there. So we really can't tap down. If he goes for it with Guardian. You'd have to naturally draw it though. Alright, there's Sahili. We're just gonna always... Yep. This is why we couldn't tap down. I mean, we're dead next turn, but we have a chance at something. So we're not being mean or, you know, a bad sport about this. We are playing to our outs. We have a commencement, so we live another turn. And that's what we're doing. So so I think I'm gonna bring back the fog deck. One, two, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's got lethal. Now he's just going obscene. I mean, we're going to let our opponent go. I mean, this is just becoming obscene at this point. I don't feel like, you know, ruining his jollies. Sure. Sure. You can get, you can draw, or you can get. I'm just gonna get rid of that. And we're good to go. So, yup, he's fine. I'm gonna turn me down a little bit now that I'm not as far away. That should be fine. Let me know, guys. Here it all comes. Grrr. Yep, you got it. No blocks. But I do have that. Thumbs up. Should have ticked up on Saheeli. And he can't even do it this turn and kill me. So we have 2 turns. Let's see. We do this. And that. And that. If we had a Saram, it'd be even better. Should have ticked up on Saheeli. Could have gone for it again. I honestly think there's a good band shell for this type of deck. Score. Boop. Fun part will be, can we kill him next turn? From this position, most likely not. We have to draw exact nuts. We've kind of flooded out on lands. I mean, we only run 19 lands. We had tuned out 1. So, it's a lot of lands. Well, alright. Well, that just gives him the combo again, no matter what. This will get things picked up. He can't go for it technically. We don't take that. We take 2 from that, 1 from that. So technically we could take 4. I think that's our out, so we go boom, boom, boom. And then we click no. And then we play that. And go to 8. You can't go for it because Saheeli dies. We're not giving him the Guardian to flicker, so we're at 8. Not dead yet. now he can go for it with Saheeli next turn. I think we're doing okay. Alright. 1, 2, Saram. We're going to get the draw. It's a value. Go to 2 plus. Yep, and we literally drew the exact C's we don't want to see. Alright, so that's fine. So, Authority of the Council seems really good. Negates for Saheeli seem really good. I think the Oath... I'm not in love with the Oaths in here. There's some things I would definitely change. There's definitely, let me sit up. Like I said, there's definitely some things I'm going to change. I'm going to move my mic up. We're going to lock it in place. There we go. And we'll do this, and you guys are hearing me right off the bat. Alright, so we did draw an Oath, but we got a bunch of lands, so this is fine. We'll keep. Excuse me. So in this deck, there's no reason to play the 0 drops right off the bat. Unless you have like an Inspiring Statuary. And then, yes. Because they are 9 of them. Give me 1 sec. Sorry. Girl Scout cookies. Alright, so where are we? Alright. Dump you. Dump you. Yep, no reason to play him yet. So. Oh, fast land, fast land, fast land. It's a little nuts. Natural Saheeli. That's really good. Keeps the card on top. Maybe he's got the turn 4. This is why we're running so light on lands. I mean, all I'm going to do is... That's a tune. Trying to thin the deck out as much as possible is kind of the key. And note, kids, if you are watching, no, he doesn't have it. If you are watching and you go for the combo, make sure you tick up Saheeli. The last turn, so in case someone like me, like a Debbie Downer, has a fog for some reason, then they will die the next turn promptly, not 3 turns later, and let me flail around and see if I can actually, you know, hit you with something. So, no, not scrying. Oh, but we did draw something really good, and we're gonna go shields down here and see if we die, because we could totally die this turn. And we plays it, we totally scoop. But he doesn't know we could be representing shock. So he doesn't? Oh, he's tuning. Got the white. Does he have it? I mean, you're totally playing with your food at this point if you're, you know. Nope. Does not have it. Fantastic. Next best draw would be a Saram. So we could draw 3. I'm not really worried about Saheeli ultimating, so. Yep. Not too worried. So I hope you're having a good Wednesday night, or some of us in, you know, we'll go hump day, because it has been a day. I had 4 classes programming I had to teach today to 3rd through 6th graders. It was a lot of fun. Let's see. What else did we do today? Hung out with my kids. Ooh. Okay. We'll do that. Because, I mean, why not? And we'll do that. And we'll do that. And we'll do that. And we'll go to 24 life. And now we hope and pray. But I'm not really gonna fog here because I mean we're at 24. He's really repping no Guardian kill. And we're going to go from there. But it is a fun-filled night of Aetherfluxing people. 450. It's just one giant laser beam from the skies. Alright, so we're going to do the... Actually, we can improvise for one. Do that. Go up. See if we can find our paradoxal. God, could I have both of those? That makes things just so much better. The Baral. Because now... Oh, man. Because I can bounce... Statuary. I can bounce all three. Three. Blue, blue. 2, 3. Yep. Bounce them. Recast. Recast. And recast. So that helps. All right. Nice. I'm not in fear of Saheeli alting. There's none of that. Alright, alright. You create your copy. So we're taking 9, 10, 11. I mean, we drew a paradoxal, we win. There's just no doubt about that. Another Saheeli. Hey, whatever you want to do, buddy. $12, $14. There you go. You got it. Not baiting me out for that one. No siree. Oh, we're just gonna cast it and gain a life. Yep, Saheeli's gonna scry and tick us. Oh, this would be so awesome. We could draw 5. Playing 6 spells and we win. Go for it, Saheeli. You're just getting rid of them for me at this point. I'm not too worried. Yep, we're at 7. I mean, he's killed 2 Saheelis by himself for us. Alright, sweet. So we're gonna have to probably commencement here to stay alive. Because our deck's got jokes. That's okay. How would you play the other one? Boop, boop. Gain a life. Got that too. I got a negate for your negate. We go to 10. We have to drop Exacxes. Odeck. Odeck. We've got some issues. 19 lands. That's pretty unreal. I definitely think, like I said, I don't like the Oath of Jaces in the deck. They're not something I would go after. Yeah, this is fine. On the play, we can attune. So we turn 1, we attune and make a buttload of energy. And get a white source. So and then we will anticipate. Is this just gonna be 4 colors to Healy Knight? He knows about that, so let's play that. Pass turn. Got 4 lands, just gotta find an Aetherflux and Paradoxal. Boop. I totally think Reverse Engineer should be in here. I'm gonna take that. It's not like I need help finding lands, it seems like. Never had a problem with 19 lands, seems a little unreal. Yeah, it's 4 color Sealy. And we are just going for the flood. Four turns, 4 lands. That's some pretty unreal numbers. There's Chandra. Alright, so we're going to do that. We're going to do that. That gets there. It's going to die, but we are going to get to draw cards. Alright. So, he'd be smart to shock it and kill it, but if he doesn't, then we're good and we win. Because we get to do this. Tap down all of ours. Yeah, we'll be good. Alright, let's sit back up. Ah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I would totally kill Saram. I mean, I just totally drew 3 extra cards. That, in my opinion, deserves Saram being dead. At least to me. To other people, I'm not too sure. To me, yeah, Saram should bite the dust. So hopefully you guys will catch up. We did do another box opening, and the box opening was pretty okay of Modern Master 17. It wasn't our greatest work. Box was pretty blah. Oh my god, he's leaving Saram alive. Does he have the combo? If he's got the combo, we're dead. He doesn't. Yeah, you could totally have at it. And it was a really solid box opening. 3 fetches, a Goyf. Yeah. Foil Mightable Crosa? Sure. So he's dead. Okay, there's Death Saram. So I'd say he's still probably dead. But more so. Oh god, not more so even. Hello. I want you to meet my old friend. His name is Aetherflux. I'm going to cast that. Because we might as well keep the 2 spells. And then I can't recast. So we're going to go for 4. And 1 blue. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Alright. We win. draw a 5th. At this point, we're not casting any other spells, so might as well. Blue. 1, 2, 3. Yes, please. And we would have lasered him. Yes. And he scoops the match. Yup. Is good. Is good. Yeah, this box opening was pretty sweet. I love doing them. My son comes in. We have a lot of fun. Probably do one for Amonkhet. See if we can get whatever is going on there. So if we draw a 3rd land, this hand is okay? I don't know. Marty vehicles. Yeah, we're just gonna concede out. We're gonna see what we were drawing. Marty vehicles. Marty vehicles. Marty vehicles. I hate Oath. And yep. We'll go from there. Alright, let's see what we're doing. First I gotta blow my nose, so I apologize. I will mute myself. Alright, we're back. You know that? It's a thing. We'll keep land go. I think we're gonna have to honestly tune this some more. Now we get to anticipate, so that could draw there. Let's see if we can't find some more action. It's really good against Mardu vehicles. Especially because we can turn for it. That's fine. Blue, green. Anticipate. Yes. So the reason you guys are thinking, hey Pat, why you bringing Gisela in? I'm gonna say, hey, have you ever cast a Gisela for free off of Baral's expertise? Yup. It's kinda good. He just played right into it. So we're going to do this. We're going to do 1, 2. Could totally do the clue on him. 3. And I am a horrible person. Yes, please. Yep. I'll put that into play. Well, you better just Anthem Gideon right now. Yep. Go ahead, swing. It's fine. We like this part. Alright, so let's anticipate first. You step down, might as well. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Because I'm totally gonna be a dick about this. Alright, we're gonna Cathar Shield. Because it gives vigilance, folks. So let's Cathar Shield our. And do that. And do that. Oh, it's a 4/6 Vigilant Gisela. With lifelink and first strike. Feels so good. Oh, feel that. Feels fantastic. Yep. We're having a good old race. Let's find some bone saws. Even better. So we're just going to eat scrap heap after scrap heap, basically. So we're going to gain 4 on the swing, gain 4 on his attack. So we're negating 4 damage every turn. So as a land, I mean, technically you can fire at Nettle. 3 or more artifacts, so he's only got 2 artifacts. So they're all 4/3s. He doesn't fire it up. So let's do that first. First strike happens, we gain life. We take 8. Alright, 21. This may be the greatest thing I've ever done. Ever. He's on a 2-turn clock with Gisela. A 4/6 Vigilant Gisela. Yep. We're going to eat the other scrap heap this turn, so you can make the good old choice of... What's he got? Another Gideon? Walking Ballista. Too bad Walking Ballista cannot shoot down a 4/6 Gisela. Boop. Gain 4, go up. First strike is good. Even better. Alright, so let's do that. And bounce a bunch of his stuff. This may go down as greatest Gisela kill ever. Mardu Ballista falls to Cather Shield Flooded Aetherflux. So we're just going to go like that. Swing. And now we're going to go like this. And go 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to go like that. One, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. So he could go to 4 with his Walking Ballista. That's not enough. Yes. Fuel it. Make it angry. Oh, this is fantastic. I don't even... I do have to say, you all may be missing the greatest game ever. Right now on screen. Okay. It's a 3/4. Does he have a way to deal with Gisela? Block. Thanks. First strike. You don't gain any life. And the game ended. Drawn guess. So we may bring in some of that for a U and a Oh, that was, wow. That was just wow, guys. Honestly. I got no words. No words for that. because that just happened. I'm pretty sure my opponent's in shock. He may have to be calling a friend, phone a friend. Be like, so, do you remember that card, Cathar Shield? You'd be like, so you lost the lasers. You'd be like, no. Do you remember Gisela? And they'd be like, yeah. Well, he equipped Cathar Shield and Gisela, and I had 0 ways to deal with it. That's when the friend will look at them and go, what? And he'll be like, no, really, I had 0 ways to deal with a 4/6 first striker. Now the deck's like, so you want another combo? But you only got 1 land. So we're going to have to mulligan that. We're going to keep in bottom, hoping to find another land. We did. That's a Heart of Huron. That's gonna be a pain to deal with. So we may just lose because no lands. Wait. We can do that. Yes! Got him. That's fine. He didn't crew and fling. Crew and fling would have been bad. Alright. Oh, now we die. Oh, he couldn't crew and fling. I don't know what I was thinking. Alright, we're gonna scoop. No lands equal we die. Sometimes deck's great, sometimes not, but it just reminds you Gisela's still a really good card. Especially when you can give her vigilance. So we may have to make like an always Gisela deck, because I had always Ojutai. So how would we make an always Gisela deck? Let's keep this. Play the tapped land. What's up, Sean? You missed maybe the greatest game I've ever played in Magic. We ended up losing the whole match. But game? Maybe the greatest game ever. Just saying. Cathar, Shield, and Gisela is all I need to say about it. And Mardu Vehicles just want... I have nothing I can do. There's literally 0 I can do. So we're going to do this. We're going to tune. Right now, and we're going to get... Oh, you missed the box opening? So we had... the box started off kind of like, We opened up a foil Might of Volcrosa, which is great. And then we opened up some fetches. We opened up a Scalding Tarn, an Arid Mesa, and a Verdant. And then we opened up Domray, and I'm like, oh god. We're going to get on that train right now. And then we opened up Voice, and I'm like, uh-oh. No. And we got down to 2 packs. And I go, Braden, which pack do you feel is the best? And he goes, Daddy, this is a really good pack. And I go, okay. Well, then you open that pack, kid. And he opened that pack, and he pulled a Goyf. So the box went from maybe not the greatest box in the world to a not insane box. Didn't pull any snappies out of both boxes, but we definitely did okay. And we'll take that. We'll keep this. I do not like that Oath of Jace. That irks me to no end. I really think like this is a misbuilt deck. No Damnations either. Did not see a single Damnation out of all, or no Lilies. So, all in all, I mean, we got value. There's a decent amount of stuff we got. So, we're going to do that. I don't know. I don't think we're going to do that. He's showing red. So, I don't think we want to put up Saram and get it murdered. No, I mean, the box itself... The box itself, like I say, we got a Scalding Tarn, we got a Verdant, which are the 2 big hitters. Misty is the 3rd. Then we got an Arid Mesa. We got Gifts, we got a Ranger. We got 2 Pyromancer's Ascension, 1 foil, 1 non. The foil Might is fantastic. A foiled Ancient Grudge, a Stony Silence. We got 3 Inquisitions, so I can't say like we didn't get value out of the box. So we're gonna do that. And that. So I could definitely say there was value. Was it the best value we had hoped ever? Probably not. But the Goyf made up for it, and I mean the Tarn's 40 and Verdant's 30 and Arid's 20, so I mean it's 90 right there, 70, so I mean we're at 160. I paid 180 for the box. So I mean we definitely made up in value. Was it completely bonkers like $400 box? No. But it was good. Alright, so we're just going to go for value here. So we're going to draw 4. That's a Brawl's expertise. There's an Anticipate. If those were reverse engineers, that would be by far much better, because then you just reverse engineer, draw 3 more. Yeah, your value on your drafts were unreal. But that's what this set is. It's either like, oh my god, value, or it's holy god, famine. So, yeah, Saram's gonna die. Goodbye, Saram. It was fun while you lasted. Alright, so let's anticipate. We should have anticipated first. We want that. And then just gonna pass. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, you pulled it, it's great, you got 80 bucks out of the deal, or 70 bucks. The Tarn's fantastic, and I think, you know, the fetches, while they're going down right now, it's not like they're not going to go back up after a while. It's just there's a lot of Modern Masters, and there hasn't been a said second run yet. So if there's another print run coming in, then you're going to get even more. But you can still go on eBay, and I think it's still reasonably cheap for a box of Modern Masters, because people are finding Modern Masters 2017. And we go to lowest. Buy it now. And you can get it for $190 still. So, I mean, it's not like you're not gonna... That's interesting. Okay. Interesting. So we kind of got to draw a land here. Alright, so we drew the land. Comes into play tap, though. And we're dead. I mean, it's not salty, it's just you knew what you wanted, so. I mean, for what you're drafting, dude, I would. Yeah, uh-huh. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that, though. Sometimes you're going to hit the value, sometimes you're not. So, it's just one of those, you're darned if you do, darned if you don't type things. Alright, I like this. This is a good keep. So for me, I mean, it is what it is. You're gonna get value. I mean, I out of my boxes, I'm not unhappy with what I got. I mean, would I've loved to see like Lily, Snap, Goif all out of the same box and be like, oh my god, this is amazing! I got a $50 Lily and $70 Goif and a $20 Snap right now, or $30 Snap. Yeah, but I mean, let's talk numbers. I mean, $30 for Snap right now, I can go out and buy them happily, and they're fine. You know, I seen them for 25 even now at this point. So I mean, I'm just saying, it's just one of those. Is the value there? Yeah, but you know, yeah. I mean, the Goif is gonna go to the Spark group where we can run it and you know. It's basically so we have a playset of almost every fetch, every big modern staple that we need. So we're all going to work on lilies and stuff like that. They're going to be hitting their all-time low here in the next week or so. Well, it's 80 right now on or SCG. You can find them for like 60 to 70 most everywhere else. But I understand what you're saying. I mean, decide if you want commander staples. You can. There's a lot of good value out there. So. So, do that. Destroy that. That best turn. Basically, we just want to slow him down. What do I do with my water? It's right here in front of me. I'm sure if there's like fetches you want or anything like that, that's totally, you know, within the realm. Maybe you want to start building a modern deck. Who knows? Play that, yield to that. So we're in gain 1. That's our first spell of the turn. Go like this. And we're gonna draw. Hopefully not land. That's fine. And we drew what we don't want to draw. That's fine. There you go. I drew... I think this box is pretty bonkers for Pierce's. Let's see. Common-wise. 1... those in there? Yeah. Hold on. Yep. Yeah. I wasn't paying attention. So I got 2, 3. I got 3 in this box and I picked up 2. So we could trade something out for it. So if it has to sweeten the pot for Jay, then that's not a problem. I've got like 5 or 6 Pierces now, so. I saw the foil white though. I was pretty stoked about that, so. No, you just gotta play what you love, buddy. Wow, white's an $8 card. Okay. Alright, let's do... bounce you, and you. See, why would I play that? Bounce you, you. Blue. 3. Bounce. Cast. Cast. Oh yeah, yeah, I understand, buddy. That's not a problem. Like I said, there's some really good janky modern decks out there for sub 100, so generally I'm the man that has those. Alright, well. Another one. He's drawn a bunch of cards. Boop. Go to 30. Visit paradoxal.com. That's all we need. One paradoxal. There you go, Buck Nutty. Yeah, there's Olivia. Now here comes metalwork. It's another metalwork. Metalwork for free. Can discard. Another metalwork. Two, 4, 6, 8. We're not dead. So no, we're not. Boop. 'Cause I got this. Yes! I gain a life from it. Fog for days. 4 days. Alright, we're playing to our outs. I'll be at F&M this week. I don't know what I'm playing yet, but I will be at F&M. Key is, does he have another one? Seven. Don't think I'm dead. I think we're okay. Yeah, we're at 3. We're at 3. We have an out. Alright. Let's see what it is. It's dead to us. It's dead to us. Alright. Well, you gotta do the prom thing. It's, you know. those could show up. No, this deck is not... This is actually from a GP. I can't say it's good or bad, but it's a deck. Let's keep... No, this is not a Cigar Day deck, sadly. This is something a little different. I want the hub. Alright, so we drew that. Wait. This. Let's see if he stays. SRAM is a lightning rod. Alright, looks like he's gonna let me keep drawing. Alright. So we may Oath of Jace. While I hate Oath of Jacing, we may Oath of Jace. So... Alright, so there goes SRAM. SRAM down. Alright, so let's Oath of Jace. Alright, so we're going to dump that and that. We're going to play that. Alright, we're just going to keep playing stuff. And not 0 drops. Because we have the win in hand. So basically at this point we want him to tap down. He's a control deck. It's blue-red control, so I mean there is some number of counters. Wow. No, I don't need to do anything yet, so... Plays a land. Pass his turn. Play a land. Pass turn. Alright, so he's gonna tap down for Dynavolt. Alright. Let's see what we get out of him. See if we draw a counterspell out. Yep. Alright, that's fine. Got another? And we concede. Yeah. So that and that. We go like this. I'm not in love with that in the board. So that comes out. That comes out. One of you comes out, and one of you comes out. Alright, yeah, we're good. Bunch of lands and stuff. Blue, we're not going to have him counter that. So, I want the negate. So I have 5 lands, need 7. Alright, so I can do that. That. Do that. And then we'll just anticipate again. Yeah, I'm not in love with Sphinx because that's a 7 mana card. And there's no way we're sneaking that out. Like, I get it's probably really good in this matchup right here. But 19 lands and 4 tunes. We're going to just take the action. Yep. We're just going to keep doing this. Like I said, this isn't my deck. This is another deck. Yeah, it's just for Harnessed. Alright, well that's fine. We have the Tuck ability. I'd like to draw 2 more lands now, please. Alright, so remaining and anticipate. Yeah, Harness is just on the side. Alright. Alright, Alright, so we drew the natural state. So we have both our hate cards. And a Burrell's expertise. It's like a partridge in a pear tree. Alright, that was good for us. I can now do that. Next turn, do this and hold up. Negate. That's fine. We actually have no energy outlet. We hardly gen any energy, so. So you really score. Gotta fight through those counters somehow. This is a pretty bad matchup for us. Like I said, I'm not liking the sideboard. Like, I don't like this sideboard at all. Because it's not going to help us, and we'd rather fight through, and I'd rather hold the negate for something bigger. That's just my honest opinion. Like that. For a control deck, I will counter your card draw all day. Because the less cards you have in hand, the fewer counter spells you have. And you can tell he's digging for... Because he just fired up Funeral. So... He is digging. Alright, so we can Bone Saw. Morale's expertise. Bounce that, feels bad. If he wants to counter it, that's fine. It's fine. Doesn't negate the spell. I mean, that's what I was going for. You caught me. No attacks, no nothing. We'll just go play another one. And then we're going to play a paradoxical outcome for 2. that's going to draw us 2 cards. Is he going to negate it? What are you doing? Alright. Here goes the big boy. No, because it negates the... If I had targeted my bone saw, it wouldn't have. But I didn't. I only targeted his. I don't know. We'll have to ask Evan for a clarification. As far as I know, yes, but they say. What do I know? He's got another one we scoop. And scoop. Alright, alright. Mulligan. Keep. Keep. Ascension at 5. That wasn't bad. Alright. So we draw and pass. Yeah? Down row is 4. Goif is 90. Voice is 13. Alright. Boop boop. Like to find land. Land. Land gets us basically online. 2 lands gets us fully online. Yeah, Goyf is averaging. I'm just looking at what Star City's charging. But if you go on TCG mid, and we go to prices. I actually generally go TCG low when I'm buying. If I'm paying cash, if I'm trading, it's about 80 right now, 70 to 80. You can see them for 83 is the low right now, but I know I've seen them a lot lower. We're gonna take the 0 drop. So if you can get like 80 in trade, I think you're okay. Or even 90 in trade, I think you're okay. But I think right now Goyf's gonna continue to go. So I don't know what your trade is working on. If you're just doing trade for cards, or if you're trade, I don't know. If it was a cash deal, I'd probably offer you like 65. Alright, so we got there. So it'd probably be like 65, 60. I don't remember what Goyf is going for. What group I'm in. Card deals are a little different. Let's see, what are we searching for? Do. Sorry, I'm just looking right now. I don't know what the pricing current is going. Yeah, he's going for like 70. I mean, right now people are selling them for a whole playset for like 200. That's $50 a goif cash. So I mean, it's hard to say. Like, the goif value is what you see versus like the goif value of do that. And that. Boom. Why? Okay, that's good. Yeah, I was gonna punish me for that. That's good. Both of Jace's. That was just a misplay, I guess, or misclick. That's bad. But yeah, I mean, that's where it's at. I mean, it's really hard to tell the values. Like, when you look at like TCG low. Light played is 84. On low. But then if you go to other places, you can get them much lower than that. It's just, like I say, it's really hard to call what it is. I guess we'll keep this. No, I should have been able to play and then play 5 spells after it. And it should have been great. So. But like I said, I'm very happy with, my Modern Masters boxes. We did very well. Nothing I can get angry about and say, oh my gosh, I gotta stop my feet and not get anywhere with it. So, just saying. Like, I guess the biggest one to kind of set its prices more is, what is he selling for on eBay? And that would be 80. So I don't know if people are just like struggling because it's gotten reprinted so much, and some people are still hoping that it's gonna stay high in price. I don't know, but Goif is one of those weird cards. It's only seen play in a certain few decks. It's been reprinted 3 times in the last 6 years. So some Marvel deck. Boop. So if we draw land, we can play a Marvel and a Ceram. Alright. So, or we can play a Flux. Because we don't care. Alright, so we drew an untapped, or a tapped land, so we're just going to play a Flux, and we're going to play the long game. Get our reservoirs online. Hopefully draw something. I mean, little did I know it's a Marvel deck we played against, but alright. It's a thing. And now we're just going to keep playing like this. See what he finds now. And we scoop. So I think we're going to call it a night, and we'll be back with something really fun tomorrow. So we have a really cool Bant deck tomorrow. So, yep, you guys will see that tomorrow, and it'll be lots of fun. So other than that, guys, thank you for coming out for watching. As always, if you like what you watched, just let us know. Hit that sub button, leave us a comment, like a video, whatever it may be if you're on YouTube or Twitch. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for coming out tonight and watching us lose horrendously. I would definitely make some big changes to this deck. I may just do that. But other than that, thank you so much for coming, guys, and have a really good night. Bye-bye.